Hello and welcome to Grief Talks with Zen Jen. I'm Zen Jen, and today I wanted to focus on some of the positive aspects of one's grief journey, having an attitude of gratitude. It is not uncommon for me to receive phone calls from people who are filled with so much sorrow that their voices crack over the phone from the simple act of speaking, the sobs having worn a path of hoarseness that never seems to clear. They talk about loss and pain, and they share all the things that are now wrong with their lives and their perception of the world since the death of their loved one, unable to see anything good or positive amidst their grief. And, as often as I engage in these conversations, I must confess that there are just as many calls received from those who have emerged from some of the most trying levels of their bereavement to share with me their thoughts of gratefulness and relief. Gratefulness? After death? How is this possible? As one sweet friend stated so well, I just had to focus on having an attitude of gratitude. She talked about how much pain she was experiencing and the daily suffering that comes about with loss. But she also followed each one of these statements with phrases such as, "I am so lucky to have such wonderful support," or, "I have realized that by doing something good for others, that it makes me feel good in return, and that is what is helping me through this dark time." She apologizes constantly for having a bad day or for needing to talk to someone about her sadness, and I must gently remind her that she is human, that her grief responses are normal, and that the pain and hardship she encounters are part of the journey that will allow the healing of her broken spirit. She is always grateful, gracious, and quick to send a kind word to others or to reach out to those who are newer in their bereavement than she is, eager to comfort. Even in her own sadness and trials, she wishes to provide support to those that are struggling, and in doing that, she has realized that her healing began a long time ago. For her, the message is clear that by engaging with others, by offering a kind word or performing a selfless act, she can combat her grief and fill her sadness with moments of joy. And she is well aware not everyone can reach this stage of their grief journey, or it simply takes longer for others, and joy remains elusive to those who are desperate to find its healing powers. If truth be told, speaking about feeling gratitude when one is grieving seems like an unreasonable request, or at least one that appears unattainable or out of reach. Anger tends to erupt when others ask them about moments of joy because to them, what is there left to be happy about? Are they serious right now? Joy? How can you expect me to feel joy when it feels as though all the breath has left me and the light from within me has disappeared? But, like most bereavement journeys, joy does return, and with its emergence, it tends to shed light on all the moments in which we felt lost, and how during this period, being lost allowed us the opportunity to be found. We can look back at our starting point and note the strength we have discovered within ourselves to make it to where we are today, and maybe, just maybe, we are ready to start reaching out to others in our gratitude for having survived. At this point, we become seasoned educators. By constantly working through our grief, we have discovered so much about ourselves that this discovery can now serve to help others who are just taking their first steps onto the bereavement path. And once we realize this about ourselves, that we have become helpers, the feelings of gratitude from those who are feeling lost and without hope reflects in their eyes as they now look to you to help show them the way. Gratitude. It is truly a gift that, when given to others, returns to us with many blessings. Friends, I hope that this episode of Grief Talks with Zen Jen has brought you both hope and inspiration. An attitude of gratitude makes all the difference. So until next time, I'm Zen Jen, and I thank you for your presence.